Hi, everybody. Alaskan Ballistics here, going live. I hope y'all are doing well today. I got a little different setup. I'm in, the kitchen next to where the Wi-Fi router is, so I hope it is a little better picture and that kind of thing. We do have better internet now, and I've got this little thing, make on. So tell me if the audio is good or it's bad. I know Clover Tack's coming on soon, so I don't really want to stay. Not Clover Tack, Ghost Tactical is coming on soon, so I'm really not going to stay on here that long. Um, but we are just going to do a mid-afternoon gun chat instead of our late night gun chats, which are really early evening for me, not late night. They're late night if you're on the East Coast. So make sure you get in the side chat and let me know what you think about the audio and all that stuff. Thanks, guys. I cannot tell you're here if you don't write a comment in the side chat. So we're just gonna, if you haven't seen one of my shows before, you just ask your questions about guns and hunting. I give you my answers, and it's worth exactly what you pay for it. Unless, of course, you give me a super chat, in which case my advice is worth less than you pay for it. So I hope everybody's doing all right today. I've just got off the phone with my hunting partner, so we've been planning our hunting trip. Thanks to Onyx for helping us out with that. They're a good friend of the channel, and I don't have a coupon code or anything, but just go to onyxhunt.com and you can tell them Alaskan Ballistics sent you, because Onyx has been tremendously valuable planning this hunt, and it's going to be a tough one. We're going up there past the 5 mile boundary again. I guess I'm glutton for punishment. So hope y'all are doing well. So let me shout out the chat. So if you haven't written in the chat yet, make sure you get some questions in there, because we are doing a question. This is a question and answer show. Again, my answers are worth about what you think it is. So, and then I'm going to go work on tomorrow's video. Hopefully, I'll have it on Patreon tonight and released for tomorrow. But I am going to go shooting with some neighbors up the hillside from my house tonight, so I may not get it up until Thursday and tomorrow on Patreon. So that's that. So we got 20 people watching, so let's go ahead and shout out the chat. We got David Walcott, MV1 Arms. Nice to see you. First time I think I've seen you in the chat. Appreciate it being here. Chris is here. All right, Garage Guy 879, good little channel. Make sure you go check him out. MV1 Arms, do you produce some gun videos? Let us know, and if you do, go check them out. If you don't, go check them out anyway. I guess it doesn't matter. What's up, Anthony Fairbanks? How you doing? Hunter Kirk is always here from North Idaho. One of these days he's gonna move, and I'm gonna be like shocked, because he always writes Hunter Kirk good afternoon from North Idaho. So at least he said afternoon and not evening this time. Doghouse Outdoors, go subscribe. Hey brother, nice and warm in Georgia. Yeah, I bet it's like 110 degrees in the sunshine out there. That's too warm for me. It's nice and warm here. It's like 68 in the sunshine, 50 in the clouds. Evening Trigger Bar Philosopher also has some decent videos out there, and go check them. Some good ones. Sorry, not decent, but good ones. Gorilla HD is probably starting his channel still. Go subscribe to him anyway. So that way he can actually have some subscribers when he does finally start it. He has some awesome music by an awesome music composer to start his channel. I wonder who that is. If you hadn't noticed that, I've been working a lot on my music lately instead of on the gun channel. I have to admit, I've been writing a few things, and I just got the Hollywood Orchestra for my finale, and it is an incredible program. Like I don't know if you've been on my music channel and you saw the old hymn "Christ the Lord is risen today" redone in the electric guitar with drums and bass. Well, now I've got it with a really nice leading sound electric guitar. Like this would be something I would throw on a CD for somebody and be like, "Hey, listen to my music." And I've got a good rhythm guitar that doesn't sound horrible. It doesn't sound like an 80s keyboard. It actually sounds like a rhythm guitar, especially in these headphones. It sounds really good. So like I've been working on that a lot lately. So I apologize. I hadn't been getting the gun videos out. I've been spending a lot of time with family during the summer instead of just working on videos. But they're not here right now, so I figure I'd go live for a few minutes anyway. I don't want to run into too far over into Ghost Tactical's time. So make sure when this chat's done, everybody goes over to Ghost Tactical's channel and you give him a shout out. Tell him Chuck from Alaskan Ballistics just sent us all over. So that's that. David just got his target stand finally built. Can't wait to shoot it. Oh, so I took my neighbors, the ones I'm going shooting with tonight, possibly. Excuse me. I took them shooting, and I didn't let him pay for any ammo or gas or anything. I just like took him shooting. Hey, he wanted to know the difference between 10 millimeter and 45 Super, and I said, well, I can show you, send you links to all the videos, or why don't you just come shoot them? Yeah, So we took just a few rounds of ammo out there, and he wanted to pay me back in ammo. I'm like, nah. So they took my target stand, which was falling apart because I just nailed it together and carried it a bunch of times. And they screwed it all back together for me with good screws. And then they did a thing at the top with wood burning with a moose in the target, like my symbol, like my avatar, Alaskan Ballistics, and wrote Alaskan Ballistics at the top in a wood burning and set that on top of the target stand while I was gone. I came back home to it and was surprised. It was nice. So now I got to make sure Chook doesn't shoot at that. So, excuse me. So, all right, Justin Impairments here. 357 maximum. Yeah, there we go. A lot of people don't know about that caliber. Good to see you again, brother. All right. Have I shot the new Colt Python yet? Nope. They don't send out guns to 30,000 subscriber channels. They don't send out free guns for that. You got to be in the 300,000, I think. What's up, Martin Horst? Evening. Hope all's well. Surprised to see you this early. Basement is looking different. I guess it's been a while. No, I'm not in the basement. So darn good music. Yep. It's going to be better. It's going to sound better because this new Hollywood orchestra. I encourage you. I encourage you with my music. Go look up Hollywood Orchestra, the Imperial March. And most of you could not tell if you were not like a musician that it wasn't a real orchestra playing. That's how good the Hollywood Orchestra stuff is going to be. So the music's going to get better. It's just really intense to set up. So instead of it being a plug and play program, there's a lot of things I got to set up to get Finale to play the right Hollywood Orchestra instrument. And so it's going to take time. Like it could take me an hour just to set up the file correctly. So I hope I have, but I have some really good electric guitar sounds now. They're not going to be horrible sounding. So they'll actually, I might actually do like a rocking intro and write out a rock and roll or alternative rock intro like a lot of gun channels have instead of the classical. Let me know what you think, y'all, in the side chat. Do you want to hear more rocking intro on my videos, or you want to hear like the classical thing but with a better orchestra, or a mixture of both? Let me know what y'all think. What's up, Busta Bass? I like it. Jonathan Rangel, how's it going? 82 degrees in Northeast Washington. Sorry, you're behind enemy lines now. There you go. Gorilla HD put out my channel there. That's Boss Custom Music Writing. Go check out if you haven't subscribed to it, subscribe to it. I'm not where I can, what it was the right word? I can't monetize that channel yet, but they show ads on it all the time. They were giving me a chance to do early monetization. And then the problem with that is you still had to have so many watch time minutes. And it's just so intense to write a piece. I can't write a piece every week and put it up there. It's like, and do the gun channel. Like I have to choose between the two. And since it's how I have 35,000 subscribers on the gun channel and 500 subscribers on the music writing channel, which is actually older, then like I got to concentrate for money's sake and for my family's sake and for my fun's sake, because I do have fun writing music, but I have more fun shooting guns. So I have to concentrate on the gun channel a little bit, but I like it. I hope to get a music video up today with the new Christ the Lord is risen today for electric guitar. So let me know that. Let me know if you want to see that. Dan Cruz, how's it going? Best AK under $3,000. Shoot. An Arsenal. I don't know. I'm not a big AK guy. If I get an AK, it's probably just going to be a Palmetto State. Probably a tricked out one a little bit. I don't want to get a basic AK. But yeah, if I get an AK, it'll be just a Palmetto State. It'll be to have on the channel and to arm my neighbors with when crap hits the fan. I've been actually thinking about their 101 that takes AR magazines and is in 5.56. I think it's that. If Chook aims at it, it will be fine. Yeah, that's a good point. So, Chook, hit that little moose in the target right there. He hits the pole that it's under. Yeah. The target stand won't be fine, but maybe the wood burning part of it will be fine. That's that. Thoughts on the new Springfield Echelon? I think it looks really cool. I think if it's as reliable as a Glock and has all those features and is more comfortable, hey, if you like it, get it. As far as forgiving Springfield as a company, I'm kind of starting to get there in my heart where I can be like, well, the workers making the guns are actually in Croatia, and they kind of hired a guy and didn't know what was going on and that kind of thing. So like, I'm kind of right there in my heart to start forgiving them. Because we've forgiven Ruger, who probably wrote half the 1994 assault weapons ban with the NRA, and Bill Ruger came out and said nobody needs an AR-15. Now they're producing AR-15s. We've forgiven Smith and Wesson for the Hillary hole on all their guns, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's what do you forgive them? Do you forgive them for selling out all the other gun shops and gun manufacturers in Illinois uh, by paying somebody the wrong stuff? So. Would you recommend a Glock and 10 millimeter? Absolutely. If you want to shoot heavy loads, get a KKM barrel. Absolutely. Hello everyone. What's up, Ken Bean? Ken Bean is the or Bian or Bean or Ben or Bean. Um, he uh he is the owner of ckbcastbullets.com. He sent me bullets to test on the channel, so but he has not paid me. In fact, I did buy some bullets from him. I meant to hand load those this week. But that's probably not happening. We'll see. So everybody go check out ckbcastbullets.com. Best coated hardcast on the market. So everybody go check them out. Need to punch some more steel. I love it. Sweet. You know about that Taurus TH45? Yeah, I saw that came out today. Or there's a possibly new 2H10 coming in. I mean, they're Taurus guys. They're going to be crap guns. They're going to last a couple thousand rounds and break, and you'll have to send them back in. So, I mean, I'm not impressed with Taurus's quality. I know they've improved some on their semi-autos. Don't get me wrong. The revolvers are still crap. If you use a Taurus revolver for bear protection, yeah, you're crazy. 78 here in Idaho in the shade. Both. Yep. All right, no intros. I always skip them. Well, you know what? I like writing them anyway. So, sweet. Can't wait to hear it. I figure I'm bringing some back powder in September for the shoot. Black powder. Okay, cool. All right. Working on a praise and worship team a lot this summer. We'll check out some of your music. Yeah, I'm having issues with the praise and worship team at my church, so we'll get into that if you want to. But I don't think I should really do that. Talk about it. So, doing more double bass than electric in that group. The Arco sound is pretty spiritual. Cool. Cool. You know, I get into this a lot with people at church. They don't like, even my cousin. She's like, well, you shouldn't take rock and roll and mean it for this. I mean, the Old Testament says here or whatever. And I was like, if you can't worship to a sound and it's about Jesus in your heart, it's not a problem with the music. The problem is with your heart. Yeah, sure, certain things are probably more inducive to that, but people grow up from different cultures and different styles of music. And I listen to Seventh Day Slumber as a worship band, and it's all heavy guitars and like distorted guitars and stuff. Yeah, I like that Seventh Day Slumber. So, yeah, that's one thing I'll be about that. So we'll quit talking about stuff. But yeah, in the middle of 2 million acres of Colville National Forest in the shade. Nice, nice. Where is that? Almost bought a toklet today. I'm assuming you mean Toklat. Tolkalat. Yeah, why didn't you? That's a good one. If you don't go back there and pick it up right now, I should slap you. No offense. So, Rifle Dynamics is the top AK in many regards. Cool. That's good to know. Have a good one, Justin Perryman. Past 2 weekend, I had to clean my PA's 2 bolt action rifle for his slug gun barrel. In a slug gun barrel, the bolts were dirty. They were clean now. Slug shiner now too. Cool. What's up, David Neal, all the way down from New Zealand? Toklat. Oh, he 45 Super for bear defense. I'd rather have 10 millimeter. 45 Super can be a little bit more powerful with hand loads, but it's not going to actually penetrate as deep. The sectional density is better on 10 millimeter, and the reliability is way better on 10 millimeter. When I took my friend the other day for 45 Super, it's the first time in years it's jammed on me, but the 45 Super jammed on me. So, Glock 40 10mm is my favorite weapon after the brace rule. It's my favorite weapon before the brace rule, but I get it. Yep. What size KKM barrel would you recommend for G20? The longer one in G20? Yeah, get a 6-inch. Get a 6-inch in the G20. It ought to be awesome. Between you and Chuk, I'm going broke buying all these 10mm pistols. Don't, man. I don't buy any new ones. Chuk buys them all. He lets me borrow them. And then I'll let him borrow a rifle here and there because I'm going broke buying rifles. Anyway, yeah. 10mm and 44 Magnum more plentiful than a 45 Super. 45 Super, if you use it for bear protection, is a hand loading caliber. You can get the ammo here in Anchorage, and sometimes in the Valley, but it is what it is. Again, best 10mm is the Glock 40. For Chuk, it depends on the time of day. Yeah, we can forgive Bill Ruger. He's dead. There we go. Yeah, there you go. I agree. Saw Chuk's video. Interesting about Bigfoot throwing rocks at people in the bush. Yeah, I think he's making up stuff again. There is no Bigfoot. Ashes remain music. I'll have to look them up. I have no idea. Never heard about them, but I will have to look them up. Thanks, Justin Perriman. I appreciate it. So, um, let's get some more gun questions in the chat. I'm gonna probably stay on here for another 5 or 10 minutes at most because Ghost Tactical's on, and I got on here a little late. So, let me know what you'll think. Give me some questions. A little Remington 600 you have is awesome. A lot of interest in carbines here. It's my cameraman's. It's not mine. And I say cameraman's. He sometimes, most of the time, he goes with me, but not all the time to shoot. So yeah, a lot of interest in carbines here. But yeah, yeah, it's a nice little one. It kicks the fool out of you though. That is a hard kicking gun. The gun is very lightweight, and with those 180 grains I shot through it, oh my goodness! If you hadn't seen the 308, what is it? The Norma Bond Strike ammunition in 308. That video is what you're talking about here. So, that's that. You're a notable YouTuber. Get one of Brandon Herrera's AKs. Makes him confident. Again, I had to pay for it. Maybe he'll let me have some. I've offered him, once he makes the AK-50 to take him on a moose hunt. So, he's got to get that done. David Walcott, 165 grain good enough for moose. Okay, if you have not learned anything on my channel, don't ask about grains. Ask about bullet construction. 130 grain in a Barnes TTSX is good enough for moose out of a 30-06 or 300 mag or even a 308. They have that 130 grain Barnes TTSX. A 165 grain SST is not good enough for moose out of those calibers because it's going to break apart. So bullet construction is more than bullet weight. If you haven't learned that on my channel yet, I'm a little concerned. I love you, but I'm a little concerned. All right. Bullet construction is way better. If it's a bonded lead bullet, if it's a nozzle partition, or if it's a all copper monolithic, yes, 165 grain is good enough for moose. If it's a non-bonded ballistic tip or a soft point that's going really fast and not bonded, no, it's not good enough for moose. All right. And I don't know what caliber you're talking about or what cartridge you're talking about. So, David, no, I'm sorry. This is a big deal to me. Is people, and especially in Facebook, they'll ask questions in the discussion forums and stuff like that, and they'll be like, "Is 165 grain, is 150 grain good enough for deer? Is 110 grain good enough for deer?" If it's a VBAX, probably not. If it's a Barnes, probably yes. Or the new Hornady CX has a 110 grain and 30 caliber. So which I have a box of to load sometime. But anyway, that's that. So is what it is. All right, got some good ones. Questions in here in the chat now. Are you still working on the working with the 22-250? Yes, I am. I'm taking a little pause from it for a little while, but I'll probably work on it a lot more this winter. I'm thinking about putting a EC tuner brake on it because it's such a long barrel, and I didn't get a heavy barrel for a 26-inch barrel. It's a medium taper, and I think I'm just getting too much barrel whip to get anything better than an inch with everything I've tried. So, but yeah, as far as the feeding goes, yeah, I'm gonna have to find another bolt carrier group. But like I said, it is what it is for right now. Best rifle for moose hunting. The best cartridge, of course, is probably your 300 Winchester Magnum, 300 Weatherby Magnum, on up to a 375 Ruger. So whatever rifle you like in those cartridges are probably the best. Um, you know, 338 Win Mag, whatever you like the best. I'd say, the best rifle to me is probably that Weatherby Vanguard First Light. That's my favorite hunting rifle that I have, and I haven't really even got good groups out of it yet. It gets right at an inch groups, edge to edge, is the best groups I've had from it. So, is what it is. I've got a suppressor. My 8mm carbine takes the boot out of it. Dan Cruz coming in with the high money guns. Best, most accurate 6.5 Creedmoor bolt rifle under 2K. I consistently get a half inch or less with my Bergara. So just Bergara HMR. That one can be found under 1K. And it's that very, very awesome. Any experience with 35 Whalen or 350 Remington Mag? Nope. You can't find guns or ammo for them. So, what do y'all think of 6.5 PRC? Sounds awesome. Have you seen my videos on it lately? In fact, that's probably the video I'm going to produce in a few minutes here. So, yeah, 6.5 PRC is awesome. I've got a lot of videos on it. Yeah. Agree. One shot placement, two bullet construction, three caliber or power. Yeah. In that order. Yeah. Shot placement, because if you have a VMAX, it's going to break apart, or an ELDX or an SST, but you put it right here, it's not going to matter. It's still going to break the brainstem, unless it's an ELDX that hits the spine of a caribou. But I'm not bitter about that, Hornady. Yeah. So yeah, shot placement, bullet construction, does help. How much does impact energy really matter? Okay, so I've shot 5 deer in the neck. Sorry, 1 deer in the head with a 5.56 VMAX right here, 20-inch barrel. They were at 80 to 100 yards, so you're probably hitting them with 1,100 foot-pounds of energy, maybe 1,050 by the time the bullet gets out there. A little bit more than that. The bullet was supposed to be going 3240. I think I chronographed it once when I didn't have a chronograph. Somebody let me shoot. It was going 3133. It was a VMAX bullet, and I shot animals right here, and they would drop, but they'd still flop around or kick a little bit. And I sometimes would put another one or two or even four one time. And, she was just flopping her head, and I had to keep putting bullets into her to make her stop with the AR-15. I shot one in the same place with a 300 Win Mag, 150 grain soft point, and it just went straight down. Deer. This is when I hunted in Georgia and lived in Georgia. Yeah. So like there was no breathing, there was no flipping, the tail didn't flicker. So does energy really matter? I would so if I had to put a percentage on it, going back to David Neal's comment here, I would say 75% of it is shot placement. 15% of it is bullet construction. All right. And caliber really is bullet construction, because caliber means the diameter of the bullet. And so cartridge or power would be the last 10% of it, maybe. And maybe maybe it's 80% shot placement, 10% bullet construction, 10% caliber, or cartridge rather, power, foot-pounds of energy, whatever you want to call it, because that's what the cartridge is going to affect more. So is what it is. I loaded up some 220 grain 30-06 round nose for giggles. Yeah, I actually have some 220 grain partitions to load up for giggles. Federal Premium 308. Yeah, it's legal. Can you send me the bullets? I mean, you can't get the bullets. So if you can send me the bullets in the mail, email me. I'll send some up. I'll load them up in 300 Winchester Magnum, and we'll shoot them. But no. In fact, I don't know if you saw my video the other day. I had the M80 A1s loaded up in 300 Win Mag, going some insane speeds. It helps to have that 26, 28, 8-inch barrel, though. So that really does help. What bullet for 4570 moose hunting 100 yards and in? 405 grain hardcast or 430 grain hardcast Underwood lipsticks rounds. Man, you got a bear defense right there. You got moose right there. It'll be fine. Hard cast will kill. Hit it in the shoulder, hit the bone, ruin a little bit of meat where it flattens it out a little bit, and drop it, dude. So yeah, yeah. With sanctions on Russia, the AK ammo price has gone nuts. Absolutely. My 50 round ball has drop deer and hog DRT, but it's like you said, round makeup is key. Absolutely. I've actually seen shotgun slugs, a deer run because the shotgun slug hit the front shoulder, flattened out completely, crossed the heart, lungs, guts, and went into the back leg of a 8 point buck in Georgia. My dad shot it when I was like 12 or 13, 14, and yeah, it was insane. So, um, very insane. Yo, 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 what's up, Flying Rich? Go check out his channel if you hadn't checked out his channel. When 25 Hawk 6 came to New Zealand in the 80s, it got bad press. Nothing wrong with the cartridge, just a lot of poorly constructed projectiles back then. Yep. Put a decent Barnes bullet in them, no problem. Yep. I agree. Well, first of all, trigger bar philosophy, civil defense is a hollow point. Let's be honest about that. It is a gimmick ammo and should not be used in any caliber. And I'm going to just straight up say that. You want as close to 18 inches of penetration in gel as you can, not 12 to 18 inches, because me, I'm a fat guy. If I'm attacking you, I am way more denser. I've got a lot of muscle. I got a lot of fat. I'm way more denser than a ballistics gel. And what goes 18 inches in ballistics gel might go 12 inches in me to my heart. All right. But if it only goes 12 inches in ballistics gel, it might only go 6 inches in me to my heart. So I would definitely never use civil defense ever, or the RIP rip rounds. A good jacketed, bonded hollow point, or an all copper like the Barnes. If you want to get lightweight and get energy, you can get the 120 grain Barnes, and it'll penetrate really well. Um, to be honest with the two-legged fret, I think I'm going anymore. I'm going to just be stocking up on for SHTF or Teowakaki. How do you say that? Anyway, for the end of the world as we know it, I'm going to be stocking up on Lehigh Extreme Defenders 100 grain because it'll go through level 3A armor, I think. And so that's that. Use 500 grain hard cast in my 455 70 and 458 Sukon. More than wicked. Sweet. What have you shot with it? Let me know. Alaskan Savage shot a nice moose with 338 Lapua and went well. Great processing video. Okay, cool. I'll have to watch that. Are you coming in East October? That's the plan. That's the plan. It's going to be hard. I got a lot of stuff to pay for between now and then, but that's the plan. So text me. Can I stay with you with your and split an Airbnb with you? Something. All right. Dan Cruz, are modular pistols? No, they're not any less reliable. I've not heard of any issues too much. I'm an civil defense, so I'm trying to stir things up. Yeah, appreciate it. I've seen so many Taurus 38 revolvers break. No, anybody that uses that for self defense is crazy. All right, no offense to you personally, but yeah, it will break on you. I've seen one break out of the box. Literally, the woman bought it, went into the indoor range that I worked at, and shot it, and the cylinder advancement spring broke. I've seen so many Taurus revolvers, especially the Judge, but also the Model 85s and stuff like that, where you could just sit there and spin them, and they would never lock, or they'd take 5 minutes to lock. So that's that. Working on Airbnb. I'll sit on the couch. I'll bring a air mattress and a sleeping bag, dude. But yeah, I've learned a ton from you about watching Loads and Bullets. Thank you. Yep. So under oath. Yeah, I'd testify to that under oath. Yeah, sure would. All right. It's years ago. 300 Win Mag skull base take the head off sometimes, hanging and they bleed out. Yeah, that works. So, yeah, Rich, just call me. You got my number. Call me and talk to me. I'll be busy tonight. Call me tomorrow. Let's figure something out. I've asked everybody I know is going, and I just are you flying into Atlanta Airport? Do we want to rent a car? You split the rental car, whatever. Like I need to make it as cheap as possible this year. So if I'm going to do it at all, but I want to come. I haven't come for 2 years or two events now. I haven't come since the springtime makeup event, and that's just not cool. And I actually want to bring some firearms. I was just going to text Eric and see if I could. He wants the 22-250 for body armor testing or anything like that. I think the 7 PRC is going to stick around, but I'm not. I'm not going to go sell my 7mm Remington Magnum that already shoots well to get one. 405 grain soft point work good as bear defense. Can't find hard cast nor penetrator. Yeah. Would not be my first choice. No. They can flatten out if they hit bone. They can not penetrate very deep. Would not be my first choice. I had that buffalo boar video on the 405 grain soft point. I highly recommend you go look at it. Order them from Ken Bean on here. CKB cast bullets and load them up, dude. So I would suggest a long gun for Bigfoot defense. Me too, since Bigfoot doesn't exist, but 10mm won't cut the mustard even with hardcast buffalo bore. Maybe, we'll see. I've seen a buffalo bull take 7 hits to the head with a 338. Don't know the bullet, but witness it through and through. Then watch multiple animals drop like rock with a 22-250 behind the ear. It's bullet selection makes a big difference though. So I mean, if he was using something like an SST, they're available. ELDX and SSTs are available in 338. I got videos on them, and they're terrible. They'll flatten out on it. I mean, on a skull that thick, they wouldn't make it through there. Probably give him a headache, maybe a concussion. That guy's going to die from traumatic brain injury about 8 days later. But it is what it is. I think it's a cool cartridge, Hunter Kirk. Thoughts on the 400 Legend, but it's all I'm going to say about that. Like, I have no interest in owning one. It'd be cool, but it is what it is. So, energy versus energy to the precise place step. Yep, that's the issue. If you could only have 2 rifle calibers, what would those be? That's easy. 300 Winchester Magnum and 5.56. Like, I would have an AR-15 for, crap hits the fan, and I would have a 300 Winchester Magnum. So, but I would also have a 22 long rifle. So, is what it is. Like, that's that. Okay, guys. Ghost Tactical is on. He's already started his show, more than likely. I haven't checked to see, but he's already. He usually gets on at 4 p.m. Alaskan time, which I think is 8 p.m. Eastern time or 7 p.m. Central, wherever he's at. So go check out Ghost Show, Ghost Tactical. I didn't mean to get into him, get into his time that much. So make sure you go check out his show. Sorry, I haven't been doing a lot of lives lately. Been doing some family time. I hope to do this week and next week, and then the week after, I'm going caribou hunting. Then it'll be time to start school again. So is what it is, guys. God bless. Take care. Yes, hit the like button. Have a good night. Good to see everybody. Underwood XTP. Wonder how they are. They're not bad if you're hunting something. But if you're gonna you want more penetration if you want instant stop. So, anyway, only 2 likes. Let's go. Okay, cool. All right, guys. God bless. Take care. We'll see you at the range, and Godspeed and good hunting.